Yeah, good evening, Kemi Samuel, Angela Chidera, you're welcome. I can see you guys. You are regulars. You're welcome to class. This is GST102. Okay, let's do something beautiful today. Mm. In the previous class, or in our last class, we talked about something we call uh, description, developing a paragraph using description. Today or tonight, I want to, you know, start this class with a practical. Can you look at the image on your screen and describe it? Yes, I am waiting for you guys. Look at this image displayed on your screen and give it a perfect description based on what we have done in the last class. Yes, describe it, describe it. That's what we are starting from tonight. Everybody online, I want to see your description of the image you are seeing on your screen. Yes, description, description, description. What we have tonight is actually another thing, but we'll refresh our brains on description and see what we actually. Yes, I'm waiting for you guys. The image is there. Describe it in the chat box. Just write something on it. Describe the image. We are taking a more practical step tonight. Thank God you attended the last class. I gave you an assignment. So many people did not submit, but I'm not getting angry. I will keep compiling it for you guys. The day you get me annoyed, that is the last day we will do class. Only 2 people submitted the homework to my DM as instructed. And that day we have more than 40 people in class. No problem. So this is a class work, and this is what we are starting with tonight. This is an image on your screen. Kindly describe the image you are seeing based on what you learned in the last class on description. Yes, yes, yes. Nobody now. So I'm the only one in the class. Well, I can guarantee you guys that if you don't answer this question, we'll just be looking at each other. Okay, Angela Chidera says a vendor in colorful clothes sells fresh fruit at a sunny outdoor market while a woman and two children buy bananas. Okay, okay. Angela Chidera, thank you. Yes, I'm waiting for the rest of us. What you are seeing on your screen, describe it. Describe what you are looking at on your screen. That is the classwork, and it's a very simple one. Describe what you are looking at on your screen. That thing you are looking at, describe it. Yes, at least as you have, we have 19 people online already, so I should have up to 10 descriptions before we start what we are supposed to do today. So when I get to 10, I've gotten one from Angela Chidera. So I'm waiting patiently for the rest of you. If you are not seeing it very well, change your screen to landscape, then zoom it in. You will see it. You will see the picture clearer. Change your screen to landscape, zoom it in, you will see it. I love what Angela said there. A vendor in colorful clothes, sells fruits at a sunny outdoor market while a woman run by bananas. Okay, that makes sense. Yes, waiting patiently for the rest of you. Stop all the good evening. I already know this evening is good. Let's go straight to business. We have a lot to do tonight, though. This is just a refreshment from last class, and you are not doing anything. I love this kind of class. Everybody will be looking at each other. Hmm. Okay, rich movies. The image shows a bright daytime picture showing a busy outdoor market in an African setting. You use AI. Rich movies. I disagree with you. Describe the image in your own view from what you've learned from description in the last class. Describe it in your own understanding, in your own knowledge, based on what you know on description. So I'm not going to accept any AI. If you like, screenshot the image and send it to AI. No, 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 no. That is not the concept we are looking for here. You, what can you see and describe? We've done description in the last class. We've talked about how to describe things. What are the things to look for when you are describing things? What are the key things that you must bring out when you are describing things? So I'm just asking you this as a refresher from what we have done in the previous class, and also to test you to know if you people have already grabbed the concept. We did just give you examples of description last in the last class. We not just describe things, we also identify things you need to talk about when you are describing anything. Things you need to look out for. Are they color? Are they sizes? Are they shapes? You understand? Things you need to look. We've talked about them. So I'm expecting the best answers tonight. There is one single word you use there that shows that you use AI. So if you say you did not use AI, maybe you are the AI that you used. That your statement is generic. Okay. Okay, Madam Titilola says a woman selling different types of fruits has a bicycle beside her table. Look at what we are looking for. Beside, those are words that shows you talk about the position of things, the color of things, the sizes of things, the shapes of things. Then you are describing. It's very simple. This you don't need to go and use AI or crack your brain. This is very simple. What are we asking you? Describe this image. Are there shapes in this image? Are there colors in this image? Are there sizes of things there? What are the position of things? The woman giving out or selling the banana, what is her position in relation to the one purchasing the banana? The woman purchasing the banana, what did she put on? What is she holding? Then what did she cross on her hand? Oh, sorry, on her shoulder? What's the color of the bag she's putting on? She's putting on an earring. Look at it. You may not even describe the whole picture. Your own attention may be on the school student or pupil who put on a black bag, standing directly behind his mother, and directly opposite the woman selling, gazing his focus on the fruit. Look at it very clearly. He was putting on white socks, blue shorts, yellow, I think that is uniform or whatever, shirt. Then look at the one standing behind him. I think that one is a girl because we can see earring on her ears. You can even talk about his bushy hair. Why the other one look kept, but I see that is a skin cut. Look at it. You have so many things to talk about and describe here. It's just that you people just want to read and pass exam. I don't know the issue. So we'll now call some of you to come and talk now. You'll be blowing rubbish and somebody will be feeling like, are you sure these people went to school? Please don't doing everything you are doing in school for exam. I would rather fail something, fail it and fail it because I did not know it, and then redo it many times until I know it and pass it. That's the best thing. That's the best thing. Let's just delete this issue of exam. I shall want to pass exam. It's not good. Sule Grace says a woman in a very busy village setting, busy in a very busy. No, that your expression is wrong. Kindly check what you typed here. A woman in a very busy, if that comma is not there, then what you are trying to say is correct. Maybe you are trying to say a woman in a very busy village, comma. I think you misplaced your comma there. That description is not totally balanced. So, okay. Here is another woman with two children buying bananas from her customer who always. Oh, Grace, you want to blow my head tonight. Delete what you wrote and correct yourself. Now, Abigail Dacholon says a woman standing wearing a yellow and blue gown to buy bananas and two children behind. Thank you, Abigail. It doesn't have to be something long. Look at what she does. She picked something and described. She described the woman's dress, the woman's position, and the position of the children behind her. That is nice. Those are the things we are looking for. Did you when they ask you describe something, did you talk about shapes? Did you talk about sizes? Did you talk about colors? Did you talk about position in relation to another? So, like I said, this is not what we are here to do tonight. We are not here to are done with description, but this is just to test you guys to know if you have followed what we have done in description. So I think I am good to go now. Let me stop sharing that screen and then start sharing our course material. I think this approach is very good. I know those people that have not been following now. So what we have tonight originally is what we call development of paragraphs using cause and effect, and then definitions. Development of paragraphs using cause and effect, then definition. Development of paragraphs using cause and effect, and also using definition. So let's get to business. You've learned several ways of developing a paragraph. In fact, you learned one interesting one last week on using description. Who will remind us one key thing we mentioned about description? Can you use only description paragraph, or you can only use it in some parts of the paragraph? Is it possible to use description to write a paragraph, or you can only use it to write some part in the paragraph? So that is a question. Let's keep our answers coming in. If you are for, say yes. If you are against it, say no. So can you use description to write full paragraph? Like the whole paragraph is description, is written using description. Is it possible? Excuse me. Okay, while you are thinking about that, let me get to business. I think, well, we can see the things we have here, and we'll try to explain what we have or what we're trying to talk about. Okay, so this unit is just a continuation of paragraph development. In the previous unit, we have talked about developing a paragraph using illustration and description. So here, our attention will move to cause and effect. And then as we go on in this unit, we'll touch definition using comparison and contrast, and so on and so forth. Now, when we say cause and effect, what is the easiest way to understand the concept of cause and effect? When you are trying to develop a paragraph using cause and effect, what are you trying to do? What is cause? What is effect? But the simplest way I will try to give you guys a picture of cause and effect is, let me say cause, for instance. When the question is all about cause, we are talking about you writing a paragraph on the basis of why the paragraph happened. Why did this happen, or why did it happen? That is cause. Effect is what happened as a result. So why did this thing happen? Then after this thing happened, what happened as a result of that thing that first happened? Oh, I hope this will not, blow somebody's head tonight. There is something, for those of you that are Christians, there is something in the Bible that says, do not be deceived. God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man sows, he will reap. Whatsoever a man sow, he will reap. Now, let me use that question or that statement to ask the first question, or I've asked a question earlier. Oh, Rich Movie says we can only use it to write some part. Thank you. It's only Rich Movie that is in class tonight. Don't worry. Once I look at your attendance, what is just holding me is that some of you guys are paying for this class. Maybe after this month, I will cancel membership. Nobody should do membership again. Let me focus on under level. It's like you people are now masters, you know everything. So, cause and effect. Okay, I want to ask a question. In that statement, whatsoever a man sows, he will reap. What is the cause? What is the effect? Yes. Let's quickly. That one is just a cheap question. Let's quickly answer it. Then we'll go to introduction. We're just trying to talk about the topic itself now, cause and effect. So I'm giving you that what there's a statement in the Bible. I don't really think I remember where it is now, whether it's around Timothy or wherever. So some letters of Paul. So he said, "Do not be deceived. God is not mocked." But that is not where we are going. The last part is what I'm concerned about. Whatsoever a man sows, he will reap. What is the cause? What is the effect? I hope I have people with me, or I'm just talking to myself. What is the cause? What is the effect? Oh, I think the issue some people are having is that I think so many people that joined the class tonight, they are not members, so they are unable to comment. Is that the case, or you are just deciding to ghost this class? Because I don't really know. I'm seeing about 25 people here, but nobody is talking. Just left me to myself and say, "But boy, do what you dey do." Okay, so but I won't leave this class until someone tells me that statement. I already told you why did it happen, effect, what happened as a result. So in whatsoever a man sows, he will reap. What is cause? What is sorry? What's effect? Yes, that's the question. I think. Yes, yes, yes. I am patiently waiting. What is the cause? What is the effect? Francis, don't blow my head though. That is not correct. You switch the position. And it's not RIP. When we say reap, that is REAP. So what a man will reap cannot be the cause because that seems like a result. And what a man will sow, and actually that seed that you wrote there is not the sow we are talking about. The sow we are talking about, know that difference between those words. Already gave us, but she actually did not. Okay, she's done that. She says sow cause and reap is effect. Well, all of us are actually using RIP for reap. That's not the reap we're talking about. When you, that reap that you're talking about is to tear things apart. When you rip something, like you use a knife, you just cut something and rip it off and tear it. That is one you are talking about. But the reap that we're talking about, that one is long, REP. Sorry, REAP rather, to sow and to reap. So thank you guys. Yes. Now let's go to the introduction. Let's leave that. Let's leave that. We've tried enough. The introduction says, oh, I don't know. Maybe I should read or I should just go to explanation. I've done my reading. So every day we naturally think in terms of causes and effect. So for example, why did I fail the examination? I know somebody that used to say this a lot. Grace. If Grace performed badly in any exam, the next thing she will do is come to your DM, Mr. Sam, why did I fail? And some of you are like that. I will now be asking myself, how did this student want me to answer this kind of question? Am I the one that wrote the exam? Was I the one preparing for the exam? So how should I answer why you failed? Some questions are funny. You just like you want someone to do everything for you. You won't want me to think for you the reason why you failed. You people will not kill Mr. Sam one day. So that is asking for the cause. When you say, why did I fail the examination? You are merely asking for the cause. That is cause. So what will happen if I don't prepare for my examination? If you ask that question now, instead of saying, why did I fail the examination? That one is cause. You're asking for the cause. But if somebody else asks, what will happen if I don't prepare for my examination? That person is asking for effect. So I'm just trying to clarify the picture. So the one asking for why is the one asking for cause. The one that is asking for the outcome, possible, you know, result is the one asking for effect. So the course material, gives us examples of finding the causes of poor grades or an accident, and then examining the consequence of drug use or deforestation, So cause and effect is not something we use only in English class. We use it in every other field, like in science, in economics. In fact, economics use it a lot in education, in health. In health too, it's very applicable. If you expose yourself to mosquito, you definitely know you will catch malaria. So history, politics, and even everyday conversation, we find ourselves experiencing cause and effect. So okay, before we go to objective, eh, uh, okay, okay, let me just quickly read the objective. I think that will be the next thing to do. Let's get to it. So, what are the objectives of this study? Well, by the end of this class, you should be able to do the following. One, use cause and effect technique to develop paragraphs. You guys should open your mind now while we are teaching or learning this, because when I give you homework on in the next class, now I'll show you something and say do cause and effect development on it. You will not be looking at me again. No. I mentioned earlier that I gave you an assignment in the last class to, I don't know, maybe describe something or so. Only two people submitted. I'm noting it. I will not get angry yet. Don't worry, it's not yet time for me to get angry. But I just pray people will continue like that. Don't submit homework. Don't do it. Then one day I will now get angry. Then you now say, it's not like that. You always calm down. You are too angry. Okay, don't worry. So the second thing is you'll be able to analyze paragraphs containing cause and effect or cause and effect sentences. You also be able to analyze paragraphs with definitions, then apply the definition technique to the development of paragraphs, and then use comparison and contrast to develop paragraphs. So only in this unit, we have a lot of things loaded. You will learn cause and effect, you will learn definition, and you will learn comparison and contrast in developing paragraphs. So our first concern is cause and effect, and let's read a bit on there. It's cause and effect. So first, I think I've talked about cause and effect. Now let's look at them individually. Let's look at what is cause. What is cause? And then we'll go to what is effect. Now, what is cause? Cause is just simply put the reason why something happens. The reason why something happens is the cause of that thing. It's very simple. I know this is not what some of you don't know or what any one of us will find difficult. It's what is the cause of something. You use it every day. You ask questions that evolves around this every day. So cause is the reason why you know something happens. So we may even put it in a simpler form. Let's assume that Grace came late to class because there was heavy traffic on the internet. So her village people hijacked MTN network in her area today. So when she was trying to join the class, her screen was not coming up like she confessed earlier. So Grace came to class late because village people hijacked MTN network in her area. If someone asks, why did Grace come late? The answer will be straight, because the village people hijacked MTN network in our area. So what is the cause? Heavy traffic on the internet. And what is the effect? Grace came late. Very simple. So that is on cause. The cause is the reason why something happened. Those of you that are very analytical in thinking, if anything, if you hear any matter, if you see anything, if you observe anything, if anybody tell you anything, the first thing you are always interested to know is why. There are some people like that. When they see people gathering and they are beating somebody, maybe they are doing maybe jungle justice, they are beating the thief that they've just caught. There are some people that they will never join them. Their own intention is they want to go and ask the thief, why did you steal? We have people like that. They are more concerned about the cause rather than the action that really happened. What triggered this action in this person? Why did this person do this thing? So, what is the cause? Village people hijacked MTN network in Grace area tonight. And what is the effect? Grace came late to class. Now let's go to effect. That is on cause. We'll now go to effect. Now to effect. An effect is just result or consequence of something that happens. Adverse effect. The consequence. Now let's take an example. Let's assume right now uh, uh, it was raining. Oh, sorry, it is rather. I'm saying right now. So right now, let's say it is raining heavily in Grace area, like in Abuja. There, maybe she is living in area one. So in area one now, the rain is heavy. So it's raining heavily, and because of that rain, the network is now fluctuating. So that was the reason why village people were able to hijack Grace network tonight. Now what happened is the effect of that rainfall, the cause will be rainfall. The effect is that we have bad network tonight. So let me use another one for those of you that love football. Assuming it's raining heavily and there was supposed to be a match, so they canceled the match because of the rain. The cause is what? Heavy rain. The effect is what? Cancellation of the football match. It's very simple. So one is cause, the other one is effect. One is cause, the other one is effect. Okay, I have another icebreaker before we. So what we are going into now, we're also talking about. Excuse me. Let me try to type this. Now I'm going to give you a very simple formula for you to use when you want to develop your paragraph. Don't worry, we'll still get there. We'll get to developing a paragraph now. We are mainly looking at the words for now. What is cause? What is effect? Blah, blah, blah. But once you go to developing a paragraph using that concept, you will know better. Now, a simple formula we can use is to say, if cause is going to effect, then you can say reason is going to result. So from cause to effect, or from reason to result, something like that. So let's assume, for example, now in Grace area, now in area one, their transformer, is faulty. So our phone battery is dead. So no electricity, the phone battery dies. One is cause, the other one is effect. Poor preparation leads to poor examination performance. One is cause, the other one is effect. Heavy rainfall, the other one is effect. When you spend too much, you run into financial problems. That one is cause, the other one is uh, effect. Now let's assume that uh, there is this statement by the Americans. They say early to bed, complete it. Yes, let's play a little. If I say early to bed, what is the complete the concluding part of that statement? Early to bed is what? Early to bed is what? I'm waiting for you guys. Thank God I have only 3 people that are commenting. Thank you. The rest of them are no longer in class. Early to bed is what? Let's start operation. Look at me, I look at you. That is a very popular statement or saying. So I don't expect that you guys will not know. Okay, rich movie say early to rise. Okay. Early to bed is early to rise. Fine. Thank you. Now, if that is the case, suppose a student now sleeps by 3 a.m. in the morning every night because he or she is watching movies on Netflix. What will happen? The student always sleep late automatically. Then the student will wake up late. The student will arrive at the school late. And because of that, he or she will miss some classes. The student will not understand much. And then the last thing is that the student will perform poorly. So, excuse me, each of them is related to the next step in one way or the other. One is cause, the other one is effect. So let's look at cause and effect together. We have looked at cause on its own, effect on its own. Now let's combine them together. So according to our course material now, we said that cause and effect can be used as a technique for developing a paragraph. For example, suppose we have a topic that says many students perform poorly in examinations because of poor study habit. If you want to develop that now, please note very, very importantly, because this is one question I can remember from one of those their exam years. The nature of your topic is what will determine if you can use cause and effect to develop it. Oh, it's not all topics or any topic that you can use cause and effect to develop. And we're going to cite examples of topic you can use. I wish to use cause and effect to develop this topic. You don't wish. The nature, the type of topic you are treating or dealing with is what will determine if that topic will fit into cause and effect development or not. Now, if I want to write on the topic that says maybe many students or many ODL students perform poorly in examination because of poor study habits. Now, if you want to develop it into a paragraph using cause and effect, let's look at it now. Let me just break it down. I wish we were using Zoom tonight, so I will write on the board. Now, many students, I want to develop the topic. Okay, let me drop the topic and then you guys can be looking at things that, really make or that are very good for cause and effect paragraph development. So that is the topic. Many students perform poorly in examinations because of poor study habits. Now, I want to use cause and effect to develop it. If I may say, many students perform in examinations because of poor study habits. Some students do not attend class early. Others wait until a few days before the examination before they begin to study. Some also depend mainly on memorization instead of understanding their course materials. In addition, excessive use of social media may reduce the time available for academic work. Consequently, such students may enter the examination hall without adequate preparation and perform poorly. Do you notice the trend? In that paragraph now, I have used cause and effect. I started by listing the cause, yes, the causes. Some of them, they enter this thing late. They don't read early. You see when you start giving all those kind of complaint, excessive. You are trying to give causes of something, and at the end we put the effect. The effect is that they perform poorly in examination. So that's how to develop a paragraph. I'm trying to drop the full paragraph in your this thing now. I'm trying to drop the full paragraph in your chat box, and I hope the chat box will contain it. So that is what I have been reading. Okay, Grace's network is not working well today. Sorry about that, Grace. Don't worry, the recording is available. So that is it. That is it now. That topic, that is how I developed it using cause and effect. So the nature of your topic will determine if you can use cause and effect to develop it or not. Now, cause and effect may not be just one thing. That's another thing you should know. Because the material says that sometimes an event appears to have one immediate cause, but when we investigate deeply, we discover many causes. So the text gives, that is our material, gives the example of a daughter rebelling against her, also a chain of earlier causes You may look at it and say, ah, that girl is rude. Why would she just talk to her father like that and go be going on between that father and Dora in behind the scene that led to that action? So the cause may not be totally obvious. That's what we're trying to say. So a cause may not be one thing. There may be so many things that have accumulated, compiled together to eventually bet an action which you see and start judging. That's why it's not good to quickly jump into judging anything. Now let's assume a student fails just 102, God forbid, and someone says Samuel failed because the examination was difficult. Well, that may be reasonable, or that may be one of the reasons. But will you totally agree that he actually failed because the examination was difficult? Last semester, everyone was shouting, ah, this course, so in fact, the reading is now scam. If I know self, I will not read. Everything we read did not come out. Ah, how did they set this exam? Ah, and those who that are shouting, all the things we read did not come out. If you check deeper with them, you notice that some of them they not even read 50% of the course material, and they're saying, ah, everything we read did not come out. Oh, hey, we're having sleepless night. How many months I did not sleep very well because all is a lie. So if we investigate the reason why Samuel failed just 102, it may not just be because the exam was difficult. Maybe he missed some classes, or sometimes or maybe he did not even read the course material. He may even start studying late, or sometimes he misunderstood important topics. He did not have proper understanding of those topics, or sometimes maybe he did not even practice past questions at all before exam, or maybe Samuel did not sleep on the night before examination because he thought he was preparing for exam. So at the end of the day, all those things combined together contributed to his failure. But if anybody will say now, they will say Samuel failed because the exam was difficult. That's what we're trying to say. And that is what leads us to direct and indirect causes. That is where we are going to have direct and indirect causes. We have direct and indirect causes, and we are going to talk about each of them. What do we mean by direct and indirect causes, or what are we actually saying? You should be able to distinguish between immediate and earlier causes, and also direct and indirect causes as a writer. And when we say direct cause, don't worry, we'll end the class under. Sorry, once we are done with this direct or indirect causes, we will end the class. I'm even exhausted myself. It wasn't long. I finished just 101. So let's quickly talk about direct cause and indirect cause. But before that, I want to give some icebreaker. From your course material. Your course material gave this example of hills and mountains, but I think I gave another example, and that my example is very easy to understand. Oh, all right, excuse me. Here we have the icebreaker. If your network allows you to answer it, you can try to do that. So what are we saying? What is a direct cause? A direct cause is something that is a cause that is closely connected to the result. A direct cause is a cause that is closely connected to to the result. For example, the car stopped because it ran out of fuel. That is a direct cause. The direct cause there is no fuel. If the car stopped because it ran out of fuel, the direct cause of the car stopping is what? No fuel. It's very simple, very direct. But indirect cause is a cause that contributes to the event but may not produce it immediately. Okay, if we ask Why did the car run out of fuel? It may be that the driver forgot to check the fuel gauge before traveling. Even though the direct cause now is that the fuel finished, so the car stopped. But the indirect cause is, or there are causes that contribute to the result, but not immediately. They don't produce immediate result. It's just like a student that will fail in an exam. It's not just on the day of the exam that yes, the direct cause will be that the student failed the exam, but indirect causes they be accumulating over time. Come to class, so I'm tired. We have group reading. Please, that your group reading sef. It's not noise people are making. Well, I will read when exam is close by. Now, those are indirect causes. They keep accumulating. If they don't produce direct or immediate result, but they contribute to the result. Now, why did the car run out of fuel? Well, maybe the driver forgot to check the fuel gauge before traveling. So, the failure to check the fuel becomes exhausted on the road, then the car stops. So, direct cause, fuel finishes, car stops. Indirect cause, failure to check the fuel become exhausted, and then the car stops. Somebody asked what is indirect cause? Well, an indirect cause contributes to the event but may not produce result immediately. It contributes to the event, that means to the result or to what is actually happening, but doesn't produce result immediately. Okay, let me just ask you guys a question on it so that you'll be able to get the wordings. And dash contribute to the event but may not produce it immediately. So the immediate and direct cause of the car stopping is lack of fuel. Now let's take one more example before I close it tonight. Let's assume a student arrives to this class late tonight, and as soon as the student arrived, he said, "Sir, I came late because I missed the bus." Probably. He says, "Sir, I came late because I missed the bus." Now, the immediate cause, which is the direct cause is also called the immediate cause. The immediate cause is that if the teacher asks, "Why did you miss the bus?" The student may say, "I woke up late." You understand? If the teacher then asks, "Why did you wake up late?" Maybe the student will say, "I slept at 3 a.m." If the teacher becomes more curious, "Why did you sleep at 3 a.m.?" Maybe the student say, "Oh, sir, well, I was just, well, I was watching Netflix. Now, you should now look at the trend. You watch Netflix till 3 a.m. That means he slept late. He woke up late. Then he missed the bus. And then he arrived at the class late, which is the final event. The direct cause is that he arrived at the class late. Sorry, yes, direct cause is that, no, why the direct cause is that he missed the bus. Sorry, he missed the bus. That is the direct cause. But the indirect cause, look at how many things accumulated. Watching of Netflix till 3 a.m., sleeping late, waking up late, then missing the bus. So that is what we're trying to say on direct and indirect cause. Well, I will say that we just end the class here. I'm even exhausted myself. I can't push any further. What we'll do now is in the next class, we'll continue from single cause and multiple causes. We are still on this course, simple cause and multiple causes. That is what we will go into in our next class. Well, I have an assignment for those that are still online. The assignment is in this next week. That means from tomorrow, which is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, then Tuesday, that we will have this class next. Study causes and effects of your daily activity. When you do this thing, what happened? This thing happened because you did what? Daily, watch it, study yourself. Well, you are just going to tell us just one in the next class. You tell us just one. This one is not uh, anything written. You are not to write and submit anything. Just study your life, reflect on your life, So you tell us the reason why something happened. Tell us the cause and the effect in the next class. So, guys, thank you for joining us tonight. We have done justice. No, we have not done justice yet. What cause means now, you know what effect means, and then you know what the two of them means combined together. You also know direct cause, which is also called immediate cause, and indirect cause now, which is the one that produce the result but does not produce the result immediately. Thank you for your time and attendance, and I hope you do have a wonderful night. I'm feeling like taking questions tonight, but so many people are already complaining about the network of it. So please, if you have any question on what we have done tonight, come to my DM directly and message. If I don't reply early, don't worry.